Praxis 5713 Science of Reading Explained Preparation Quiz. Question 1. A teacher is reviewing a student's draft and notices the following sentence. The principal of the school announced new policies regarding student conduct. The teacher suspects the student has used the wrong word. Which of the following statements accurately identifies the error and provides the correct word? Is it? Option A. The student should have used principal because in this context, it refers to the head of a school. Principle means a fundamental truth or belief. B. The student should have used principals, plural, because there is more than one person in charge. C. The student should have used principles because the policies are based on ethical principles. Or D. The sentence is correct as written. Principal is the right word for a person in a position of authority. The correct answer is A. The correct answer is A. This question tests knowledge of commonly confused homophones. Principal can be a noun meaning the head of a school, or an adjective meaning most important. Principle is a noun meaning a fundamental truth, law, or belief. In the sentence, the word refers to a person, the head of the school, so principle is the correct choice. Option A correctly identifies the error, explains the meaning of both words, and provides the correct replacement. Options B and C offer incorrect substitutions. Option D is factually incorrect. Question 2. A student is writing an essay and wants to combine the following two sentences. The storm was severe. It caused widespread damage. Which of the following options correctly and effectively combines the sentences and also demonstrates an understanding of different subordinating structures? Is it? Option A. The storm was severe and caused widespread damage. B. The storm was severe, causing widespread damage. C. Because the storm was severe, it caused widespread damage. Or D. All of the above are grammatically correct and effective ways to combine the sentences, each creating a slightly different stylistic or logical emphasis. The correct answer is D. The correct answer is D. This question assesses the ability to recognize multiple correct ways to combine sentences and to understand the nuances each option creates. All three options are grammatically sound. Option A uses a simple coordinating conjunction and to create a compound predicate. Option B uses a participial phrase, causing widespread damage, to add detail about the result of the storm. Option C uses a subordinating conjunction, because, to create a complex sentence that explicitly emphasizes the cause and effect relationship. Each option is a valid and effective revision. Option D correctly states that all are acceptable and hints at the stylistic differences, which shows the most sophisticated understanding. A student who only recognizes one correct way has a more limited grasp of sentence combining techniques. Question 3. A teacher is reviewing a student's essay and notices the following sentence. The team of researchers presented their findings, which were surprising to everyone in attendance. The teacher wants to discuss the use of the relative pronoun which with the student. Which of the following statements accurately describes the function of the word which in this sentence? Is it? Option A. Which is a subordinating conjunction that introduces a dependent clause that cannot stand alone. B. Which is a relative pronoun that introduces a relative clause that provides additional, non-essential information about the noun findings. The clause is set off by a comma, indicating it is non-restrictive. C. Which is an interrogative pronoun, suggesting the sentence is asking a question about the findings. Or D. Which is a demonstrative pronoun, pointing to a specific set of findings. The correct answer is B. The correct answer is B. This question tests knowledge of parts of speech and clause structure, specifically the function of relative pronouns. In this sentence, which is a relative pronoun, it refers back to the noun findings and introduces the relative clause, which were surprising to everyone in attendance. This clause provides additional information about the findings. The presence of the comma before which indicates that this is a non-restrictive, or non-defining, relative clause, meaning the information is extra, not essential to identifying which findings are being discussed. Option A is incorrect, which is not a subordinating conjunction, like although or because. Option C is incorrect. An interrogative pronoun, like who or what, is used to ask a question. Option D is incorrect. A demonstrative pronoun, like this or that, points to a specific thing. Option B correctly identifies the part of speech and its grammatical function within the sentence. Remember, we can take your Praxis 5723 exam for you, remotely and undetected, with pass score guaranteed. Message us via the number in the bio. Question 4. A teacher is working with a student who consistently writes run-on sentences, particularly comma splices. The teacher shows the student the following example of a comma splice. I went to the store, I bought some milk. Which of the following options presents the most complete and instructive set of corrections for the student to learn from? Is it? Option A. You can fix this by changing the comma to a period. I went to the store. I bought some milk. That's the only way to fix it. B. You can fix this by adding a conjunction. I went to the store and I bought some milk. That's the best way. C. You can fix this by changing the comma to a semicolon. I went to the store. I bought some milk. That's the most sophisticated way. Or D. There are several ways to fix a comma splice. You can make two separate sentences with a period. You can join them with a comma and a coordinating conjunction, like and or so. You can join them with a semicolon. Each option creates a slightly different effect, and understanding your choices will make you a more versatile writer. The correct answer is D. The correct answer is D. This question assesses a teacher's ability to provide comprehensive and empowering instruction on a common grammatical error. A comma splice is joining two independent clauses with only a comma. There are multiple standard ways to correct it, each with a different stylistic effect. Option D is the best response because it presents the student with a range of options, period, comma plus conjunction, semicolon, and frames them as choices that a writer can make. This approach teaches the student not just a single fix, but a set of tools and the underlying principle that punctuation choices affect style and meaning. Options A, B, and C each present only one correction and often present it as the only or best way, which is limiting and does not foster a deep, flexible understanding of sentence structure. Option D is the most pedagogically sound. Question 5. A 6th grade student, Sophia, is working on a personal narrative. She writes the following sentence. I was so nervous before the big game. Her teacher, Mr. Chen, has just finished a mini lesson on the writing strategy of show, don't tell, encouraging students to use sensory details and actions to convey emotions rather than simply naming them. During a writing conference, Mr. Chen sees Sophia's sentence and sees a perfect opportunity to reinforce the lesson. Which of the following prompts would be most aligned with the show, don't tell strategy and most effective in helping Sophia revise her sentence? Is it? Option A. Sophia, you've told me she was nervous. Instead of telling, can you show me her nervousness? What did her body feel like? What was she thinking? What did she do right before the game? B. Sophia, this is a good sentence, but you need to add more adjectives. Can you describe what kind of game it was? C. Sophia, you have a grammatical error. Was is a weak verb. Can you replace it with a more active verb, like quivered? Or D. Sophia, this sentence is fine. It clearly states her emotion. You don't need to change it. The correct answer is A. The correct answer is A. This question assesses a teacher's ability to provide targeted feedback that reinforces a specific writing lesson. The mini lesson was on show, don't tell. Sophia's sentence, I was so nervous, is a classic example of telling. Option A is the perfect conference response because it directly references the lesson concept. Instead of telling, can you show me, and provides the student with generative, open-ended questions that prompt her to think about the sensory details and specific actions that would embody the feeling of nervousness. This scaffolds Sophia's application of the new strategy in her own writing. Option B asks for more adjectives, which is a form of description, but it doesn't get at the heart of showing through action and sensation. It might lead to a sentence like I was so nervous before the big, important, final game, which is still telling. Option C misdiagnoses the issue. Was is a linking verb, and while stronger verbs can sometimes improve writing, the core issue here is the lack of sensory detail, not the verb choice. Telling Sophia to use quivered would just replace one tell with a more dramatic tell. Option D ignores the teachable moment and fails to reinforce the lesson. How many did you score out of 5? Let us know in the comments below. Also, tell us which exam we should cover next. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more.